Hey guys, welcome back to Builds by Maz. Today we're going to be looking at building shotskis. If you don't know what a shotski is, it's basically just a piece of wood in the shape of a ski that you can use to take shots with friends. Here are a couple of different sizes. The ones on the bottom fit 2 shots and are a little more portable, and this one on top is a full-size shotski and can fit 4 shot glasses. These are compatible with both skinny and regular size shot glasses. They just sit in the holes a little bit differently. Basically, you just lift it up together and take the shots at the same time, and it ends up looking something like this. Alright, so now that we know what we're making, you start with a piece of 1x4 common board. I ripped it down to size, keeping it 2.5 inches wide. I made the short ones 3 feet long and the full size ones 6 feet, but you can adjust this to your preference. The next part of the process is to shape the tip of the ski. I traced over an old shotski that I had built, but really all you need to do is draw out a shallow curve. I used my jigsaw to cut out the tip, just following along the line that I had drawn. From there, I measured out where I wanted the shot glasses to go, marking out where the center was so that I could drill a hole in the shotskis. I used a thin bit to drill a pilot hole marking the center, and then used a 1.5 inch spade bit to cut out the hole. I only drilled partway through the wood and then flipped it over to complete the hole to help reduce chip out. The next step is to create the upward curve on the tip of the shotski. You can see this pencil line here that I drew out, which kind of shows what I'm looking for. It seems simple, but the way I do that is just by sanding with a really rough grit sandpaper. It only takes a few minutes and eventually you can just shape it the way you want. You can see in this shot that I was about halfway there, so after a bit more sanding, I eventually got all the way down to be what I wanted. And there you can see it looks just like a ski tip. The inside of the holes are a little rough. You could probably avoid that by using a Forstner bit or a hole saw bit, but since I didn't have one, I ended up just using some wood filler to help smooth things out. I sanded it down a bit as well, and that helped create a really nice finish. Now it's time for the artwork. I measured out the size I needed, and literally just zoomed in on my computer until the design I had made was the right size. I taped a blank piece of paper over my computer screen, turned the brightness up, and just traced over the design with a pencil. This would have been much easier if I had a printer, but unfortunately I don't, so it worked in a pinch. With the tracing done, I centered it onto the shotski and taped one edge down. I then used some graphite paper to transfer the design directly onto the surface of the shotski. Once all the tracing was finished, I used this wood burning tool with a chiseled tip to burn the image into the surface of the shotski. You can pretty much use this tool the same way that you would a chiseled tip pen, but instead of using ink, the heated tip of this tool just leaves burn marks in the wood. This is a fairly tedious and time-consuming process, and you have to stay focused because any mistakes are pretty hard to fix. But if you take your time, the finished product always looks really nice. As with all softwoods, I'm applying this pre-stained wood conditioner before following it up with this gunstock colored stain. Make sure to use a light colored stain for these kinds of projects so that the wood burning lettering can show through. For the second shotski, I'm using this dark walnut stain, which I'm going to be painting over, so it's okay that it's dark. And make sure to always wipe down the excess stain with a clean cloth. For this shotski, it's going to be a similar start to the process as the last one, except this time I'm going to be tracing onto some tape, and I actually used a printer to print out my lettering. I then used an X-Acto knife to cut out all the letters, which is another step that you really need to take your time on. Flipping the shotski over, I repeated that same process on the backside, cutting everything out until everything was ready for paint. I wanted to do an alternating color pattern, so I used these little pieces of cardboard to block every other letter. Same thing on the backside. And then once everything was finally dry, I could just pull up the tape. The final step was to apply a few coats of polyurethane, which acts as a sealant and provides protection to liquids, which is especially important for a project like a shotski. And that's it. Here are some finished product photos. Let me know if you like them, and feel free to subscribe if you want to stay tuned for the next project.